Getting food on the table, making sure laundry is done, and keeping the home in some sort of order are just some of the tasks that I take on as a Montessori homemaker. Join me today as I bring beauty and order into our home while also getting a few practical and needed things done around our home. Hi there, I'm Emma. I'm a mom of almost 20-month-old identical twin boys. I have a background in Montessori education, and today I want to share with you a handful of habits that have helped me to create a Montessori home, and I think they can help you too. As a wife and a mother, I am the heart of the home, and I want to have so much to offer to my family, yet to be in a place to give to them, I need to prepare myself for this work first. And so this first habit of preparing myself is really an ongoing transformation of myself that has been going on my whole life and will continue through the rest of my life. Dr. Maria Montessori talks extensively about the role of the adult in an environment, and we are called to be the prepared adult. And for me, this really is the engine behind all of the rest of these habits that I'm going to talk about. The other things that I mention really are just ways that I continually prepare myself to be the best version of myself. An essential habit for me to be prepared is to have time each day for quiet by myself, even if it's just for a few minutes in the morning before I go up and greet my boys. I like to take this time in the morning before everyone wakes up. I will actually link my entire day in the life video up here in the cards if you are curious about some of my other daily routines with twins in this stage of life. Also, getting in movement, eating well, and keeping order in our home are really some of the main ways that I prepare myself to be a guide and a loving mother to my children. So for breakfast, I made the boys and myself a Dutch baby sourdough pancake. I'll put the recipe in the description box below. And here I am making yogurt in the Instant Pot. I forgot about how easy this was to do. My boys have been loving yogurt. They have it almost every day, and I thought this would be a much cheaper and cost-effective way to give them yogurt. And so I just took a gallon of whole milk, you put it in the Instant Pot, and you use the saute function, and you bring it up to 180 degrees. And then when it's at 180 degrees, you just put it into cold water in the sink and bring it back down somewhere between 95 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. When it's at that temperature, you're going to take a quarter cup of plain yogurt, and I just scooped out some of the milk and then whisked in the yogurt and then added it back in, whisked that, and then you just put your lid on the Instant Pot and you press the yogurt setting. When you put your lid on, you don't use the rubber seal, and then it sits from anywhere from like 8 to 24 hours. I think I did 11, and I think I might go a little longer next time. It could be even a little more tangy. We all need practical life. It is through these meaningful tasks, such as peeling a potato or cutting a banana, that we feel a sense of accomplishment. As a Montessori parent, but really even just a parent in general, we are helping guide our children towards independence. And practical life is such a great way to do this. So a daily habit in our home is that we find ways to offer practical life for everyone, no matter the age. An essential part of Montessori environments is to prepare the environment. Now, we can typically think of this as preparing toys and activities for our children, which are necessary, but as the keeper of the home, I also take into account the meals that need to be prepared, the clothes that need to be washed and put away in the closet to be ready for the next occasion. I love to use the word restore when I think of tidying my home. This word we used all of the time in the classroom, so after something was used, we restored it to order, meaning that we put things back where they belong. This is really an essential daily habit that honestly happens constantly throughout the day. And without these moments of restoring order, my mind feels so chaotic and easily overwhelmed. For me, this looks like finding pockets of time, usually just a few minutes at a time, to go into the spaces that my children are playing in and restoring the environment. And at this age, them just being young toddlers, I will invite them to help me as much as they would like, but sometimes I just go about doing things myself. If they are concentrating on something else, I may offer them an object and have them help me put it away. And sometimes they do it, other times they are not interested, and then I just go about doing it myself. But it is amazing how just resetting the environment makes it all come alive in a new way. Just by me touching their toys and putting them back beautifully on their shelf, they are drawn to work with them yet again. It is this constant cycle of work and restoring order. And for now, much of this work is on me, and I'm just modeling this habit to them. And as they get older, they will be expected to help more and more. But for now, we just keep it really fun and light. I had a few plants that needed to be repotted. They were still in their containers that I bought them in. Then I also needed to water our house plants. I'm baking some bread. I was making 5 loaves of sourdough sandwich bread for a farm stand that my sister is running, and we've actually come together as sisters. I have 4 other sisters, and we've called it 5 Sisters, and we're all kind of contributing, working together, and creating handmade goods to sell at her farm stand. So it's the beginning of something kind of fun and exciting. I'll put a link to her farm if you're local to the Wisconsin, Minnesota area. You could totally go check it out. It happens on Thursdays and Saturdays throughout the summer. You know something needs to be done when you have a closet door that you don't want to open, or every time you go into a space, you feel that guilt knowing that that area needs your attention. And for me right now, that has been our pantry. This area, I feel like I'm constantly assessing and tweaking. And this is less of a daily thing, but more of the habit and the practice of taking time to go deeper beyond just meeting the daily needs in the home. Sometimes we have to carve out even just half an hour to make some progress in an area that needs our attention. That way it can be more functional and be a greater support to independence for the other members in our home. Because quite honestly, if I can't find it, the chances of someone else being able to find it are pretty low. Since becoming a mother, it has seemed more important to learn how to make food from scratch. There are still a lot of foods that I don't make from scratch, but it is a goal of mine. And I was thinking about, why is this important in a Montessori home? And it makes me think back to some lessons in the elementary classroom where we talk to children about where bread comes from and where butter comes from. So for me, a daily habit in our Montessori home is striving to learn how to cook more foods from scratch as a way to show my children where food comes from, how to prepare food, and really how we can use simple ingredients to make really delicious, healthy food. Earlier, I talked about practical life for our children, but really making sourdough bread and cooking meals from scratch, this is practical life for me. These are skills and things that are practical tasks in my day that give me more meaning and satisfaction and sense of accomplishment in my day. And that is one of the big reasons why I like to do these things in our home. Another habit for a Montessori homemaker is to work to create systems that work for your family and then follow them. I feel like laundry is one of those pain points for a lot of families. It's overwhelming, feels like it's never done, and there always is laundry to be doing, but I have a few systems that have really helped keep laundry more streamlined. I keep a laundry basket on our counter, and that's where I put any dirty towels as they accumulate, and then I'll wash them when the basket's full. We have a hamper specifically for the boys in the hallway. When that's full, I'll throw a load in. And my husband and I both have laundry baskets. And I have done it where I have set days, but now what works in this season is really just running laundry on days that I know I will be home for a good portion of the day and be able to wash it and dry it and hopefully get it put away, but that doesn't always happen on the same day. While the boys were napping, I wanted to do a quick toy rotation to freshen up a few activities and put out a few new things for them. Something that sets a Montessori home apart is the mindset around work. In our home, work is the vehicle for self-construction. It is through work and learning, through hands-on experience, that we are able to construct ourselves. And this is really an idea that Dr. Maria Montessori talks about. I know in our home, we want to raise strong, capable children who have confidence and are responsible. And the beauty of young children is that for them, everything they do is work. Playing is the work of a child, but so are practical life skills like learning how to hang up a shirt on a hanger or close a dresser drawer. And children at this age and young ages have such a strong sense of order, and they love to be involved in these simple basic tasks throughout the home. So a daily habit in our home is involving the twins in my work throughout the home. Some days is more than others. It just depends on the nature of the work I am doing, but children will surprise you with how much they are capable of. The last daily habit I have for you to consider is adding beauty into your home. This can look like so many different things. A neatly folded dish towel adds beauty. Moving a plant to a new location to freshen up a space, or even just baking something yummy in the kitchen. Those are all ways that you can bring beauty into your home. I like to bring beauty into our home through food. Another recent way that I have been excited about bringing beauty into our home is through flowers and our garden. I was able to take some time in the garden cutting from our fresh cut flower bed, and this is just the beginning of our harvest, and it brings so much life into our home. And during those hard, challenging moments, just having areas in your home that your eyes can glance at and look to be reminded of the value of the work that you are doing in your home. I thought of one last tip, and that is more just a piece of encouragement. And it is to create the life that you want to live. You have so many choices in the day. On this night, I wanted to sit down as a family and all eat together. And that required me to prepare some of the food, set the table so that we weren't getting up 10 times for all the things that we need. Something that I don't do every night, but when I do these small things, it makes such a difference. And it wasn't easy. I had a baby strapped to my back and one in the swing to get this done, but we can accomplish so many things when we set our minds to it. Beauty seems like one of those things that we can easily overlook and think is not necessary, but actually the opposite is true. It is through beautiful things being visible around our home that we feel a greater need to care for those things. And it may even compel us to create more beauty. If you are looking for more ways to bring Montessori practically into your home in a meaningful and life-giving way, consider subscribing to my channel. Here you will find that I create one new video each week to inspire or educate you more on the Montessori philosophy. Thanks for watching and have a great day.